So this is just gonna be like a little like half-hour special for I think I. I think what I do, I called it after. I think I called it like after dark special. So I know should be interesting, right? So like I said, like I'm almost ready on doing the pre-recorded show. So mainly tonight we're just gonna talk about wrestling. And I know AEW is going on right now and all that stuff. So and I'm not gonna be upset if there ain't that many views on here tonight because this was kind of like I decided like early in the evening, might as well just do this. And plus, it was a lot of stuff I was thinking about in my mind about just talking about wrestling. So I'm just like, yeah, let me do this. Just trying to set up with Twitch. So gonna set that up, then we can get started. Okay, let me set this up. Okay. Now, just hopefully I remember all the stuff. Well, I do remember some of the stuff I was going to say, but that's why you have another phone, just to remind you. So, let's get this started, and let's see. Yeah, let me move my screen up. There we go. Perfect. So, what's up, guys? For those who just joined us on Twitch, and also that's watching the pre-recorded episode of WFSO after dark special. I don't know if y'all saw like on the WFSO notice board on YouTube that I just decided like let's just do this tonight. Talk about wrestling. So this is gonna be for exclusively for like wrestling, because I know I haven't like done posting wrestling that much in a while. So that's why you guys that's looking at the pre-recorded episode that I'm on the wrestlinginc.com. So like you want to look for like news and stuff like that, go check them out. Wrestlinginc.com. There's like a lot of stuff that's going on. You have like people upset, they're not happy with Cody Rhodes' run as champion and stuff like that. We're gonna get into that. Also, if y'all want to talk about a little bit of SmackDown tonight too, we can. I know AEW is like currently going on, but you know what? I rather prefer Rampage anyway than Dynamite. Because like Dynamite, it's supposed to be the main show, but right now it's like a little bit out of place and stuff like that. But we will talk about AEW as well on this episode. So we got AEW going to talk about people that have problems with Cody Rhodes' run, and it'd probably be something else that I'll probably talk about like wrestling wise on the way, but we'll mention it. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about this is gonna be kind of like a somewhat of a rant. If take it how you like it or hate it. But yeah, this is gonna be somewhat of a rant. So earlier today I was reading on the group, I forgot what the group was on Facebook, that they were sick and tired of Cody Rhodes' run as champion. And
Cody Rhodes run already.
some people are, yeah.
Wow.
So the thing is, it's like you can say that with every run that everybody that holds champion. And I like what this guy had put on the group that y'all begged and pleaded for Cody to beat Roman and for him to be champion. Then when he became champion, y'all turn on him. And that's the thing with like
Fair weather fans.
yeah, fair weather fans. That's a good way to call them. But yeah, you have those fans that you know like they have like a attention span of a maybe like a 1 year. I'll say my grandson's age, a 1 year old. Yeah, they got attention span of a 1 year old, and you know that just sucks that you got people with that much of attention span that they can't like. There's more than one person in the business, wrestling business. You got like a lot of people in that's wrestling and wrestling business. No, you got your of course you got Cody Rhodes, you got Kofi Kingston, you got Randy Orton, just so on and so on and so on. And plus, what a big pop by Roman Reigns. But we will talk about more about Cody in a minute. But somebody else on a different wrestling group had put up that but then again, this could be a person that hates WWE. But he put up that I don't know if he was there at SummerSlam, but as you know, when we watch, wrestling on TV, some of the companies just end up making like real pop noise, like loud noise for like people cheering or booing. And when you're there, it's like, like
Noise.
crickets and stuff like that. But yeah, this was kind of like a thing that happened last year. As you know, Hazel and Mike was watching SummerSlam, and they heard like the crowd was like cheering or whatever for the
Ronda Rousey and
yeah,
Shayna
Ronda
Baszler.
Rousey and Shayna Baszler match. Yeah, so they was watching that match, and they said they got a lot of cheers. Then when I was there, you hear like some people talking, but it was no cheering or booing and stuff like that. It was not that loud, and it was like very close to quiet. Besides, you have a few like some people, talking to themselves and stuff like that, or talking to their friends. So that's one of the things WWE needs to fix is stop like putting in crowd reactions unless it's actual crowd reactions. So they need to do something like that, but actually put in like the actual crowd reaction instead of oh either they try to amp it up or they just try to. As y'all can tell, they kind of do that with Dominic Mysterio. Like every time he talk, it's like people do boo, but you just hear like the volume just like turn up. So that's one of the things they just really need to stop. But back to the rant, y'all. It's like fans do this with every wrestler. They did it with of course they did it with Cody Rhodes. They did it with John Cena. They did it with. It's just a whole bunch of people that they did this to, or they got their like star of the week or something like that. Then it was like push this guy, but they don't push him, and you know why they don't push this wrestler, because some of y'all fans will turn on them in the drop of a dime because you expect them to if you actually listen to like what they say instead of like okay they're there and talk and blah 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 blah, and that's how some fans are, that they just can't be like I'm expecting more, and it's like what more can you expect? It's like they doing their job. Like I think it's like I don't know if they thinking like certain wrestlers will be like too nice, like high fiving the fans on the rail or sign pictures and stuff like that. Cause that's something new that you see some wrestlers do. Hey, what's going on? It's like one of those things you see wrestlers do. Like they actually sign the poster and stuff like that on the way down during the live show. So that was something new that they did, and it's like something different. So I'm happy that they're doing that, and it's like showing more appreciation to the fans. Oh, we just talking about wrestling today, so probably like the next 20 minutes, all we're gonna do is just talk about wrestling and stuff like that. If there's anything y'all want to add about it today, go ahead and type it down there. I will read it and we will talk about it. But right now we're talking about somehow some wrestling fans end up getting sick and tired of a person that they was really pushing for to be champion. Then they get like sick and tired of them just that quick. So and I was just mentioning like they just did it with a lot of wrestlers that as soon as they heroes or whoever they like gets the title, they get sick of them. So it's just one of those things. It's just like typical fans. Just don't make any sense. You don't hear that like any other fans. Like you got TNA fans that are like some. Just say Josh Alexander, for example, the longest reigning TNA World Champion of all time, for now until somebody beats it. So it's like you got your TNA fans that didn't turn their back on him until what he did on Slammiversary, but that's different. We talk about like a person that you really want to hold the title, wins it, then months later y'all turn on him. I'm not saying y'all, but just like other people. It's got to be a name for certain fans like that we got to call. Well, besides Fairweather fans, gotta be something else because I'm going to keep on forgetting about calling them Fairweather fans. But it's got to be a name for them that they can just be called. So I will probably think about that in a second. For those, okay, I need to think of another example. Like you have, I was talking about Josh Alexander for example. I'm trying to think of somebody else. Then you got your AEW fans that think everything in wrestling outside of AEW is wrong, although you got AEW making mistakes. So it's like, because believe me, I'll chew out WWE if I think they're making a mistake. I already mentioned like one of the mistakes they did earlier with the crowd noise. So there's gonna be most companies like that's gonna have like sorry about that, couple of flaws that we're gonna notice and we're gonna like hash it out for them. But I guess I'm just like can't stand that they say, oh, there's nothing wrong with this fad, but yeah, there's something wrong with this fad because they got flaws. If they want to be better, they got to fix those flaws. It's just like, okay, like what would be the main issue with WWE? We're gonna name like some of them. Hey, what's going on? We're just gonna name like some of the wrestling companies one by one. And if y'all got an issue with these certain companies, just type it on there on the chat, and we're gonna talk about it. WWE. A lot of things has been fixed ever since Vince McMahon stepped down. Like that is true. You can't fix everything overnight. So that is a good point. Just like I'm trying to think. Like Vince McMahon was in charge. Has his favorites on, pushing to the moon. And some of y'all were just like just couldn't stand it. But it's like Vince McMahon is not a good promoter. He's more of a businessman than actually that can be a promoter or a head of creative or anything like that. Because only people that can be handle being creative and stuff, that the people that actually, wrestle and actually, written, something for them, or like, okay, this is the idea. You do this, you do that, and and it's kind of like sucks, with the writing for the promos too. So can't stand that, but that's another subject for another day. But the point is, the flaws that that WWE have now is like they're touring, like having pay-per-views out of the United States, which is fine. But there's like certain ones you got to look at. That's I wouldn't say like I would say like, dang, what's the word for it? You got I can't even think of it. I knew them to use the term for NBA. Oh yeah, I remember. Low market. Yeah. Although certain places, like here in Milwaukee and some other places, they're low market cities. Like I just wish, they host like, pay-per-views and stuff and do that more. I'm glad, they did SummerSlam in Cleveland, because they do call that as a low market city. Although it's bigger than Cincinnati and Columbus. But it's just like here, like in Wisconsin, like Madison is the state capital, and Milwaukee is the biggest city in the state. But it's still small market. I'm trying to think of other like small market cities.
Green Bay.
I meant like out of Wisconsin, but I know Green Bay is another. But I'm thinking like let's see, no, not Chicago. I'm trying to think of some teams. I already mentioned Cleveland. I think Indianapolis. Yeah, Indianapolis is another small market city. Let's see, not Detroit, not Chicago. Um, I think Denver is another small market team, I believe. Small market city. And there's other businesses that does this too. Like they look over small cities and they don't go to, you know, bigger cities. No, I mean, smaller cities just to have like a big event in small cities. That's what the issue that I have with certain businesses, and plus like with WWE, like we haven't had a pay per view since 2018. I believe that was 2018.
Did it get that long?
Yeah, it's been that long, and that's the thing. And the saddest thing is, I do remember the name of the pay per view, and I remember like one of the matches that happened at that night too. Like it was Fastlane. It was in March. We nearly sold out that event.
Yep, I remember that one.
Yeah, because I know when you're close to feeling like certain amount of seats, they're gonna say it's sold out. So it was just like maybe like one or two sessions that was empty, but everything else was full. So they do call that as a near sellout or sold out, wherever you want to call it. So for Fastlane, we had a good crowd. Especially you had the match that I remember, although some people don't like it to this day, which I thought the play of the match was pretty good, was Goldberg versus Kevin Owens. I like the tease that Kevin Owens did, like in the ring with Goldberg, then suddenly try to get into it, bam, with Goldberg finish him off and end up winning the Universal Championship. That leads to him and Brock at WrestleMania, a month later. So, anyways, I think that's probably like the big flaw with WWE is like they need to do like some pay per views in some like big cities. I think Minneapolis is another small market city too. I believe. Yeah, yeah, because like they got like almost the same, little bit over the same amount of people that live there than Milwaukee does. So I'm just saying like hold some of these big, main pay per views like SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, or WrestleMania, or Survivor Series, or something like that. Yeah, hold some big, pay per views into some small market cities, and I think it will help the city. It also will help WWE. It will just help a lot for them to focus on like some small cities and do big pay per views there. That's just me. But let's see. There's probably gonna be another flaw that I'm probably gonna think of down the fly. But okay, we got 8 minutes left, so let me just try to make this quick. Um, well, TNA. The only flaw I see in TNA, but like they do tour and stuff like that, and lately, they done shows in the like they done their big pay per views or PLE events or whatever you want to call them in the Midwest as of late. Like they had Chicago for they was in Chicago for the Against All Odds, and now they're gonna be in Detroit this year for their biggest pay per view of the year, which is Bound for Glory. I managed to go to Bound for Glory in 2009, and I think it was Sting versus Samoa Joe, and that was like starting to bring the birth of the main event Mafia at that time, I believe. But I knew that main event was like Samoa Joe, and he was TNA World Champion versus Sting. It was pretty good time and stuff like that. Former best friend ended up meeting Dixie Carter. I didn't know who it was till it was too late, and he got a picture with her. So things happens. I didn't recognize who she was or didn't know what she was until he said something about it, like, oh crap. Oh well. Um, I'm trying to think like the flaw with TNA is like the last time they been like in Wisconsin period. Well, they had some stars that come in that like special appearance at like indie shows and stuff like that, which is fine. But if your last TNA appearance was having a show in Racine in 2013, then something's wrong. Like if you have it here in Milwaukee, you have like some buildings. All you gotta do is just look for them, and like we have the Turner Ballroom. They can host a show there. Ring of Honor hosts a show there. Why can't they? Also, and I think they did have that building back up for the where they used to host the shows in Racing like a while back, because they was just hosting like random and a lot of wrestling shows at this building Racing, and it's just like some people just ain't like I don't know the issue about that, but they need to make like other appearances too in TNA, like they do like let's just say like what they did last week when they was in Tampa. They was there for 2 days, total of 4 shows in 2 days. Or sometimes they'll just do like two of them, but sometimes they'll do like 3 or 4 because the weeks later they'll do like another show just to fill up for their Thursday show. Their weakness is that they need to come to certain places that they haven't been in a long time and tour to like like I said, it's been since 2013 they ever been in Wisconsin, which is sad, and it's saying something that there's something that they really need to work on. That trying to market some of these places, because believe me, you gonna have wrestling fans period that's gonna go, and you're gonna have some of your favorites in wrestling that's that people are gonna want to see. Like, you got Nick Nemeth, that's your champion. Why not? Just they just need to, like, because it seems like they going to like big market cities, but they don't go to they don't go to small market cities to promote their brand. I don't even think they've been in the Minnesota in the Wild either. So it's just one of those things that that TNA needs to work on. AEW, they're not pulling in the crowds that they have been as of late. The issue is, like, they need somebody to be like head of creative. They don't need to have Tony Khan write for Tony Khan. If you want to do storylines, don't do it for you. Do it for make it interesting to the fans. You supposed to make your company for the fans and to the fans. He's not doing that right now. It's just mainly he's just like writing for himself. And you get like these, I wouldn't say these, but you're not getting the storyline period, because there's no storyline there. So that's just insane. And like, that's one of his problems. And one of the things they did fix, and I'm glad they finally did, that they lowered some of their ticket prices, which I'm glad they did. Because I think what it was like the last year, they raised their like ticket prices. You had like going to like the lowest of tickets that you'll have to sell will be starting at $30. It's like, you kidding me? And plus, you paying through like Ticketmaster and stuff. You're gonna be end up paying for like maybe almost about $50 for like a lower seat, not lower seat, but low price ticket. And they did lower the price back to 20, but still, like, with fees and stuff, you're still gonna be paying like maybe like around like 30 or 40 and something. And yeah, they getting people with the Ticketmaster and stuff like that. Okay, I can check on my other phone what that was. But yeah, just one of those things that they need to fix their storylines and like drag some entrance. What they also need, like, you got some of your like original people in AEW that been there from day one, and also didn't jump to WWE or something like that before they came there. They have that, but it's like they're not promoting them enough. I apologize, guys. I just gotta take this message. Oh, okay. There you go. Did it went through? Okay, it did went through. Okay. Um. Anywho, like, they, and another issue with AEW is like they do most of their big pay-per-views and like other pay-per-views and stuff like that. They don't like, they might only do like a few of them like big cities, but you know they haven't. Okay. I am, but See, I'm sorry, y'all, but yes, this is business. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So I apologize about that, everybody. I know we're going a little bit to overtime because I know I was supposed to say a half an hour, but because there's still a few things that we still gotta talk about. So we're gonna keep it going. So I said that they don't have their own originals. They don't have that many of them. Holding the title. Um, let's see. Sorry. Okay, like I said, they don't have their well, they have their original people that was there from the start. They're not pushing some of them enough. Um, you have you have a attendance problem, but they kind of hopefully that will be fixed soon because, like I said, they lowered their prices on the tickets. So that's a good thing, and that's a start. Um, Trying to think. I think they need to do like certain places. If you have you have like 2 days out of the week, three if you want to count a pay per view. Because Wednesday they do their Dynamite, they do their Rampage, and they do their Ring of Honor at times. Then you have Saturday, or maybe they have they just do. I think Wednesday they just do Dynamite and Rampage, and I think on Saturday they do Ring of Honor and Collision. Okay, this is the thing. Well, that they did in the past, they had AEW Dark, which they show exclusively on YouTube. Maybe they should bring that back and show that. And this is just things I'm thinking that they can do just to make it like money wise. Like you can still have your Dynamite and Rampage if you want to do that. Still do that. Have if you decide you want to do a show on do Ring of Honor. Don't do it all together. Do Ring of Honor as its own thing. Like go to the shows and tour there, or you can just do you have it on Wednesday, then the next day you have it at the same place, or you want to have it a different place on a Thursday. Then you have your Collision and AEW Dark on that Saturday. So you know what? You can go to 3 different places, and or yeah, you can just do that. Let's just say they did here on Wednesday, then they can go somewhere else to do Ring of Honor on Thursday. Then Saturday they'll go somewhere else. They can do Collision. So there you go. That's make your money that way. And plus, I know there's times I know there's reason you probably don't have Rampage Live or something like that. But once you do like Ring of Honor Live, and it sucks that you got to pay like $9.99 just to see episodes of it, which doesn't make any sense. But that's just me. Um, Song requests. Why? I don't know. But yeah, I'll pass. I don't have my DJ stuff with me anyway at the moment if I want to do something live like that. So I don't have that. You should subscribe anyway because you like the channel. You like to hear about wrestling. Like to hear about if you're a basketball fan, if you like the Milwaukee Bucks, you would like this content. If you like I said, pro wrestling and Noah Silver. But Logan Paul. What, you want me to talk about what I think about him? But anyways, so okay, I'll talk about a little bit about Logan Paul. I'll do that. Um yep. Um Logan Paul. He was underrated. Jake Paul, I cannot talk about much because I didn't see much of his stuff. So Jake Paul, I can't talk about, but I can talk about Logan Paul. He was really underestimated early on. Ever since he had his debut match, that tag match with the Miz, and what he did in the ring, it blew everybody away. But I think what people is thinking that maybe that's the thing. Oh, sorry. I'm a finger. But my thing is with Logan Paul, he's a great athlete. Like some of the stuff you see that he did, the match he had against the Miz at SummerSlam, I think it was like a year or two back. Phenomenal match. Let's see, that moment he had with Ricochet and the feud he had with Ricochet, good moments. But I think what fans are tired of is like he only make like minor appearances. He's kind of like a part time, something like with Brock. Like everybody got sick of the part time. Like Brock Lesnar only show up at the main pay per views and certain Raws or certain SmackDowns, and that'll be it. And some people got sick of it, and they just think that's not fair for the other people that they come to pay to see like whoever, and they would just be happy to see them. But y'all know what I'm getting at. I think I know Logan Paul is like busy with his schedule and stuff like that, but I think if he can do like mostly full time or something like that, I'll say like he can do like just appear at every SmackDown show and appear at also like on every pay per view, like every SmackDown and every pay per view. He ain't got to do the house shows. That's what you kind of call like part time, but it's like they just take like part time to like another level. But that's just me. But I think people would appreciate Logan Paul more. I know they're gonna like him for his wrestling, but I think they just need to. I think they'll just appreciate him more if he does this like full time and know how all of these other wrestlers deal with. like you can't walk them out of their shoes unless you go through what they, went through. But you know what I'm getting. Cena versus Batista versus The Rock. See, now we're going all out subject on the stuff what I'm talking about, but Cena versus Batista versus The Rock in movies. It depends what character they play. It all depends. Um, if you do like a comic book character for them, if you do Cena as a Peacemaker, the Batista as Drax, and The Rock as Black Adam, easy, Black Adam. The Rock will win that one. But like if like any other movies, like other movies could be either way, because Rock did like random movies and stuff like action movies, comedy and drama and stuff like that. With Cena, is most you have some of your action movies here and there, but he's mostly doing comedy, and you have doing some action movies, which is fine. But as for Batista, kind of the same thing as The Rock, but does like action, drama, and some comedy. But him is mostly just action. So you gotta it's mainly between that. I would have to go with Batista because I think he's done more like action movies than either of those The Rock and Cena did. So I would have to go with Batista overall if that was the case. Attitude Era, Triple H versus Stone Cold versus The Rock. Attitude Era. You know what I'm gonna do one day? I'm gonna do a live segment with y'all just like answering questions and stuff like that. So I'm gonna set that up and have that be done one day. Cause right now I'm kind of going off the subject. So I apologize if I'm going off the subject. Okay, Triple H versus Stone Cold versus The Rock. Let's see. That's a tough one. But I think I'm not going by crowd reaction. I'm going by like kind of what makes sense and what's like characters or whatever, like how their character is. Um. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I would have to say The Rock. I'll go with The Rock for between Triple H, Rock, and Stone Cold. I'll go with that. But anyways, you have wrestling wise and maybe like politic wise in the locker room. I don't like Triple H, but how he's doing with the business as of late, being like the head creative and stuff like that, and plus like how he runs NXT at the time before he handed the keys to Shawn Michaels, he done great. So I respect him in that format, but like as a wrestler and as like a person like backstage and stuff like that, I don't like him. I have no love for him. But he's not going to be the type of person like, let's just say like he does like a meet and greet or something like that. I'm not going to be a person that's going to turn it down. Like I would like to say, okay, I hate the guy, but at least I met him. So that's kind of how I am in with Triple H. I don't know, but still, some people, the meaning of a faction for certain teams is to build mainly the leader up, then building your other players. But Evolution did do that, so I admit that they did build up, Batista and Randy Orton. So that's probably one thing I can say that Evolution has done. But like anything else that Triple H has done only benefited Triple H, and that's just one of the things I just didn't like. But back to the subject. He like if AEW works on, oh yeah, that's another thing AEW needs. They need to have a, something, like a performance center, like to build up like new talent. I think that's the other thing that AEW needs, like to build new talent. I know I know that TNA kind of had their building like talent stuff too, but they do it through like gut check. But I think if they really focus on trying to bring like their own stars as well, like TNA as well as AEW need to bring their own stars, build them up from the ground up. That's what they should do. Like have their own like performance center or have something to help like people up that wants to be a wrestler. Best theme song ever. Oh, okay, wrestling wise. Um, hmm. The man that actually, the theme song I do like that I would never get sick of, and I think I got it on my phone too, is it ain't the theme song that he got now. It's the theme song that he had when he debuted in NXT, which is none other than Apollo Crews. That has to be the best theme song right now for me. Um, let's see. Enough about AEW, but I'm trying to think. NWA, like they do got a TV deal. Of course, they own the CW. You can watch them on demand, so you can do that with them. But they don't tour to other cities either. So they're kind of as bad as TNA for not like touring like other cities. I think when NWA was big at the time, they toured like everywhere. Like tour like city to city. They don't, be picking on like, okay, let's go to this big city. We'll make money there and bring like, people there. I think if they at least tried to do like some small cities, they would actually be surprised on how many people that will, sorry, like I just got something hanging and it just like won't come off. But anyways, if NWA do something like TNA should do, is like goes to some of these small cities, and you never know that some of these small cities will surprise you on, if you show up there and you have like something you expecting. Let's just say they TNA hosted a crowd that's only like a building that goes up to like 2,000 people, and let's just say they only expected 500. So they would think that'll be a bad. That probably will be a bad day for companies like TNA and NWA if they host a building that's like that can hold up to like 4,000 and they only have 500 people. But they gotta at least try, because like I said, there's some cities that probably be big fans of TNA and NWA that will sell out the building that they hosted at. Because let's just say they did like a same thing, a place that holds 4,000 people, and they promote it, keep on promoting. Like TNA is going to be in let's just say in North Dakota, and they promote it, and they expecting like not that big of a crowd. Then suddenly out of nowhere, the day of, big ticket sales the last minute, and suddenly it's a sold out show. There we go. Got it. But like I was saying, they should at least make an attempt to do like some small cities, because you may be surprised on the crowds you will draw, and probably build up new crowds if they if they be like, okay, we're gonna go to this. The next time it goes is okay, this date. Okay, I'll go to that. I'll mark that on my calendar. I think like companies like NWA and TNA are underestimating themselves. They should try. That's what I think. But oh, that gave me an idea. This is a thing I'm gonna do later, but I probably will do that after this broadcast. The plan I want to do, have mainly just having like NWA and TNA come to Wisconsin at least. So I will got a plan, and I will work that out later. But HBK versus Undertaker, all the matches I've seen them have fought, classic match, always good. Doesn't matter like who I pick over. Good match overall. WCW Alliance versus WWF. Best story and best feud ever. The only way they can really replace like something like with the WCW versus WWF is like they bind something else and they have. But then again, WWE is working with TNA, so if they want to do an angle like that, they can. Well, they're kind of doing that now with NXT and TNA, but they just not doing it as big as it was with WCW Alliance versus WWF. So otherwise, that's the best storyline ever. Well, the best feud ever. And yeah, if anything like that will happen again, if it does, it will be a very long time till we see something like that. Let's see. I know I was talking about what the business that need to be, what they need to do and stuff, and pick up their flaws, and talk about fans that get sick of Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle. Man, you have to throw that in there, really? That's a tough one. God, I would have to say, God, because I like them both, but I wish I would have met Eddie Guerrero before he died. But I did meet Vicky Guerrero, so that's kind of like a consolation prize. If I was like have a sit down with Eddie Guerrero, just talk about like the wrestling business and stuff, that would be cool. At least live to see him before he would have died. So I wish I would have seen him, but not seen him, but like meet him. But between him and Kurt Angle, oh God, I would have to go with experience on this one. I would have to say Eddie Guerrero, because he pretty the more experience out of the two. So yeah, WrestleMania 20. Oh yeah, that was a good match, and there's some of the feuds they have in the past. Like they had a feud at SummerSlam. I think that same year. Yeah, they had a feud at SummerSlam, and a match there that same year. So yeah, that feud was pretty good. But for just people that would hate on a person that was crowned, widespread panic show cancel had been rescheduled for October 25th to 27th. Okay. Ooh, show that. Oh, okay, gotcha. But anyways, if they if you have fans that actually be fans, then trying to be so picky when a person wins a championship that you were happy with for like that you want to be champion for a long time. Besides fair weather fans, I will say, like I said, we gotta give them a name. Oh God, God, Chris Benoit or RVD. Let's see. Jesus. I had to say that because that's a tough one as well. I know it's wrong what Chris Benoit had did in his past. Okay, good. Brewers win. Okay. Um, I guess I'm not saying like I'm not picking Chris Benoit because like what he did in his past, but although that is messed up, but I'm looking at him as he as a wrestler, and like the wrestling business is really like cutthroat. It's like when you're on top, it's really hard for you to stay on top, and just like some people's in their struggles is like it's just like they need like somebody there, trying to help some of these guys, if they're depression or they taking painkillers and drugs and stuff like that. But I'm glad, WWE does some things that send like wrestlers to like rehab if they choose to. So that would be good. But I'll go with RVD. Edge versus Randy Orton. Oh God. I'm trying to think. Because they both can be equally dangerous. You probably saw some of their feuds, but not feuds like before. Randy Orton was coming up and being like, the Legend Killer. I think the Viper Randy Orton would be good against the Radar Superstar Edge. I think when Edge was WWE champion. Between that and between the Viper Randy Orton, I had to go with Randy Orton. Nothing against Edge, but I'll go with Randy Orton. Anyways, God, throwing all these questions around, I keep on forgetting what I was going to talk about. But alright, but point is, let's just put it this way. Point is, you can be, I know you can. I believe it. But my point is that if you're a fan of somebody, just stay a fan of that person and don't try to change yourself into hating this person because suddenly they're on a different path or like a wrestling fan got something different for them or taking them to like a different direction after they won the title. It just makes no sense for like not liking them because of that. It's like the same thing like with John Cena. It's like everybody was liking John Cena. Then suddenly, when he was champion, then when they built him up to this image to be like the moneymaker, the only person that's hurting themselves before change because they don't like how this person being built or anything like that is the fans themselves. Regardless of if you hate that person is gonna be making money through the day's end, and they'll be fine. It's just the fans that be hurting because of themselves. Like fans hurt. Like I know they did with the Brett screwed Brett, but it's like the fans screwed the fans. That's basically what it is. Oh God. Bret Hart versus HBK. HBK. John Morrison versus Jeff Hardy. Oh darn it. John Morrison. I think he was the person that was underlooked and wasn't really like appreciated like he should be. And now you got him in doing AEW and Ring of Honor, not even his best days was in TNA. If he had an opportunity to go back in TNA, in my opinion, I think he should do it. Oh, Brewers won 8-3. Nice. Like if John Morrison have a chance to go back to TNA, I think he should. That's my thing. But oh yeah, there was something else I wanted to talk about. So before we go off there, I know we're a little bit past an hour, but I'm gonna try to hurry this up as quickly as I can. y'all probably seen it all through the internet and stuff like that. That you saw a picture with Tony Khan talking to Vince McMahon, not Vince McMahon, but Shane McMahon. And in this podcast, it was like with Vince Russo, EC3, and it was another guy. I don't know if I got his name right, but I think it was like John or something like that. Um, I forgot what the podcast called, but it was like you can watch it like on YouTube or listen to it to wherever you get your podcast from. But anyways, they was talking about that photo with Shane and Tony Khan, and Vince Russo is doing the like the "I told you so" that they think AEW is going to get brought by someone that wasn't on that picture and claimed that was there was none other than Vince McMahon. And I was having a little bit of conversation with my wife about this, and I was just saying like, how all that going to work? And Vince McMahon is on trial. Well, not on trial, but like in trouble with his stuff that he does during his years with WWE and all that stuff. You got like some people suing him and throwing lawsuits, and that explains about all them cuts that he did too. Just trying to make money to pay some people off. That also he slept with some of the women, some of the women workers that works on in the office or the ones that work in like out in the ring. It just don't make any sense that he would buy a company and he's already in trouble for what he did. It just don't make sense. Could Shane buy AEW or buy some stakes in AEW? Yeah, I can see that. Having like a percentage ownership. Probably like bring some of his have some partners along and bring them in, and maybe they buy AEW, but they'll have, or they can have Tony Khan still runs the operations. But it's something that they pointed out too during that podcast. Is like Tony Khan has the answer to his dad because his dad is a billionaire, not Tony Khan. With WWE, normally before they had their boards and board of directors and of course people that's like shareholders and stuff like that. Before then, Vince McMahon only had the answer to Vince McMahon himself. But before then, before he was let go, he had to answer to shareholders and had to answer to board of directors. Well, Mama say he only can answer to himself because he was part of the board of directors too, and plus his shares and stuff like that he owned. Yeah, so mainly Vince McMahon only had to answer to Vince McMahon. Tony Khan has to answer to his father because of course he got the startup money for AEW is from him. And for what they say in this podcast that AEW is losing millions. And I think they said like this first half of this year that they lost like 40 million. And that's like the first half of this year that they lost like over 40 million. So, and plus, they could be on the verge of losing their TV deal. So maybe that could be why, maybe Shane and Tony had met. Maybe they can work with something or work with a different TV deal with WB Discovery. But then again, with WB Discovery, they losing millions themselves. I was listening to this comic book cast because they talk about comic books, movies, and stuff like that, and talk about other comic books. But anyways, I think this video was yesterday too. Speaking of which, they said that WB lost, and I think they said, the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. They lost about, I think it was 80 million that they lost because of that game, because they really didn't sell much. And I can't say anything about it because I never played it. So I can't say that the game is bad or not. But just from a lot of people that's just putting out there that that game is bad. So I can't say anything until I actually play it. So I don't know. I can't say. But yeah, they end up losing 80 million off of that game. And plus, with everything else that's going on with WB, with the not a lot of attendance with Black Adam or the Flash and Aquaman 2, which I thought Aquaman did better than part 1. And of course the movies that came out all last year that absolutely not many people went to go see. I did. I went to go see it. And my wife came with me to go see, the movies. But our favorite movie out of that year was The Flash. And it got underrated, in my opinion. It's just like, there was a few things that were cut, but I'm sorry, but I think The Flash was the best movie out of that year. The other movies did great too, like Blue Beetle. I thought it was great, but it didn't do good in theaters. Aquaman, although it did better than all those movies in theaters that came out that year. Um, Black Adam, I thought it did good, but it didn't do good in theaters. But yeah, anyways, getting back to the subject. But the point I'm trying to make is WB Discovery chose AEW. And according to what I read, well, I watched from this video, that overall, so far, because they're saying like the WB Discovery is worth, like all the channels that they got and stuff like that is worth a little bit over 9 billion. And guess how much they lost so far with all the stuff they did for last year and plus this year? Nearly 10 billion they lost. So yeah, they owe people. So I don't know how they can do a TV deal with AEW and they owe. So it's just insane. Like, I don't know how that's gonna work with AEW. Like, trying to get TV deal with money that seems like AEW may not have, and the money that the WB Discovery may not have. So yeah, they probably have to look for somewhere else to try to do a TV deal. Like, do something like local TV. Like have a deal with Fox is still looking for somebody to get a TV deal after they drop from after they drop SmackDown next month. So they're looking for, like, do something with wrestling. So why not talk to why AEW should talk to Fox? But that's just my idea, and I still don't see how Vince McMahon is gonna buy AEW, and he got a lot of stuff going on. But I could see Shane probably grabbing, having some partners and stuff and buying them. So that's probably gonna happen, but I don't know. I just still don't believe that Vince McMahon is gonna buy AEW. So I'll go to this to the grain of salt. Just say I'll believe it till I see it or hear it. That's what I do with like some of these like news reports and stuff, like saying like, okay, this is gonna happen with this person, or they're gonna, or WWE is gonna host such and such here. So I'm just like, I'll believe it till I see it or when I hear about it. Like I'll talk to y'all about like the rest of the news and stuff like that, but it's like one of those things like you can believe it till you see it. But it's like one of those things that's not gonna go. But you just hate those ones that like reported it out there and be like, I told you so. So what, you told me so? What's wrong with like the element of surprise? And that's what's also missing in wrestling, the element of surprise. Cause you got all these spoilers and stuff like that just out there, just like this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Shut up. Just let it happen. Oh no. I guess you have these inside scoops like with magazines and stuff before you actually have like the internet, that you have all these websites like out there. But some of these websites are good sources, but some of them is just like whatever, just crazy. But anyways, I'm gonna end it from here, and I know we gone over 30 minutes. We're like, yeah, a little bit over an hour, so I'm gonna end it from here. And I appreciate y'all on here, and thanks for the like that I got from you guys on YouTube. Thanks for you viewers that's on Twitch. Um, Please like follow us on Twitch. So we're gonna do like more like live shows or more specials like this. But sometime next week, since we got some people was asking me questions about random wrestling stuff that just bring me way back. So I'm gonna set something up next week that I'm gonna do a live version of Q&A. I will say I will do like a Q&A, since it seems like y'all are interested in that. So I will do that, but I will try to figure out what day to do it. I'm trying to think of a day that I'm not doing anything. Um, it may gonna end up being a week from today. It may end up being on Friday. That I probably will do like a Q&A. This will probably end up being during the day, because I'm gonna try to make myself available for not doing anything during the day on Friday. So yeah, next Friday I will do a Q&A, and I'll do a live one for you guys on YouTube and you guys on Twitch. And plus I'll do a Q&A on the pre-recorded episode of that too. But anyways, thank you guys for watching once again. For you guys on Twitch, please view us and bring like some people to follow us, and let people know we talk about Bucks content and also wrestling content. As in Bucks content, I mean Milwaukee Bucks content, basketball. After you guys that's watching live on YouTube or watching the pre-recorded episode of this, please give the like to this video, subscribe to the channel, and it'd be good, to have more subscribers. I know people like trying to, push up to a certain point in their subscribers and stuff like that. We all are. All of us YouTubers are. Because I know I'm only a little bit more than halfway to 500. But if I can at least get to 500, at least by the end of the year, that'd be something. Then you know what? Next year we can put to 1,000 subscribers and stuff like that. So for all these people that have these YouTube channels, but asking for people to subscribe to their channel, won't you subscribe to other people's channels as well? You can help your community grow by at least subscribing to their channel, and you want them to subscribe to yours. So that's my pet peeve about it. So I might talk about that on another day, like a video or something like that. Probably once when we hit to 500 subscribers, I will make a video just talking about that, like YouTubers helping YouTubers. Because I know, there's other things behind the scenes and stuff like that with that. So talk about that another time. But if you're a YouTuber and you're trying to get people to subscribe, why don't you subscribe to them first, or subscribe to them? That's all I'm saying. But anyways, um, check out our past content on YouTube as well. We got Bucks content, wrestling content, just talk about news and stuff. We also got like wrestling action content that's going on. And speaking of which, this will be the return season of WFSO exclusive. You will see that exclusively on YouTube starting in October. I don't know exactly when or what day in October, but the season of that will start in October. So watch out for that. Um, there may be like a point in October you might see like 2 shows a week or just one a week all the way up to the end of the year. So just stay tuned for that. Um, if there's a way I can manage to do like maybe show, exclusive, like make the season premiere or something like that earlier, I'll let y'all know. But right now, the target date for like showing, you know, exclusive and like some of the matches and stuff that's going on around the state or shows that I be at, it will be this fall. But the target date right now is October. But I will let y'all know soon. It'll probably be no later than mid-September that I will let y'all know if it's gonna be officially in October or what exact date and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, thank our sponsors, Art from the Heart. Check out their drawings on YouTube. I was gonna say YouTube, but check out their drawings and stuff like fan art and stuff like that, like comic books and cartoons and stuff like that. They can draw it for you, and they will, you can buy it from them too. So check out Art from the Heart on Facebook. Just look for them on there and check out some of the drawings that they got on there. And Toy Dimension is another sponsor of ours. Helped us recently host a meet and greet, but gonna do another one over there, but we just don't know when. I don't think it'll be like that soon, but of course it won't be. I'm not gonna be expecting like, okay, end of the year we're gonna do another one. No, we're not. It may end up being like somewhere like in 2026. So who knows? But going to work on the ideas and stuff like that soon. Like I'm going to work at it like starting like next month. But like I said, I'm not expecting like the whole like a meet and greet, end of the year or anything like that, or beginning of the next year. No, that's not going to happen. So I would say it'll be later than soon. So it ain't gonna be like it's a far journey or something like that, but I think y'all get what I mean. But anyways, if you're interested like in comic books, action figures or collectibles, anything like that, check out Toy Dimension. They're also are on Facebook as well. And also if you're in the Milwaukee area or you're like in Wisconsin, drive down here to Toy Dimension at 5925 West North Avenue. Um, they're open every day. They're open from Monday through Saturday, from 4 till I think 8 o'clock. I believe. I think from 4 to 8 they're open. So yeah, we get a chance especially if you're big on Star Wars stuff, they will have that. Hey there. They will have, that stuff. So you get a chance, go to there. Or check out their Facebook page as well. And I know he does like Comic Cons and stuff like that too in the area. Like I think he recently did a Ketahay one last month, and I know he's gonna do some stuff like in I think the Brookfield Comic Con when they're gonna have it in. I believe they're gonna have it in October, and I don't know if he's doing the one that's gonna be next month in State Fair Park. So just watch out for that. Um, but anyways, the next time I'm gonna be on here because I think there's no unless there's something pops up with with anything with the Milwaukee Bucks or anything with wrestling, I will talk about it like I did tonight, or I probably will end up doing like a shorter video talk about some reports on wrestling. So watch out for that. Um, Let me get out of here, and like I said, please subscribe to our channel, and please follow us on Twitch. But once again, everybody, thank you for your support and thank you for the loyal subscribers. I appreciate it. But until the next video, if I don't do no video tomorrow, I will do one Sunday. Cause yeah, this is gonna be a busy next 2 days for me. So most likely aftermath will be done on Sunday, but if I have to do a quick video, it'll be on the fly. Just be like a quick, few minute video. If some news pops up, I would say, I will do a video about that. So, and oh yeah, Kevin Sullivan, rest in peace. I saw some of his stuff like going on in the '90s when he was in WCW, and I know a little bit about him, like with stuff that he does backstage when WCW at the time and things like that. So, rest in peace to Kevin Sullivan, and hopefully, his family is with him in spirit. Just put it that way. So, not trying to sound like, weird or anything like that, but yeah, I just wish the best for his family. Just put it that way. Okay, now I'm out of here, and until the next video, you guys have a good one. Peace out.